everyone. So when we left off yesterday, Dorothy had two companions with her on her trip. Remember, she had the Scarecrow, who is going to Oz for a brain, and the Tin Man, who is going for a heart. Dorothy and her companions walked through the thick woods where the yellow brick road was covered by dry branches and dead leaves. Now and then there came a deep growl from some wild animal hidden among the trees. These sounds made the little girl's heart pound. Toto walked close to her side and did not even bark in return. Suddenly there came a terrible roar, and a great lion bounded into the road. With one blow of his paw, he sent the Scarecrow and the Tin Man spinning. Toto, now that he had an enemy to face, ran barking toward the lion, and the great beast opened his mouth to bite the dog, when Dorothy, fearing Toto would be killed, and heedless of danger, rushed forward and slapped the lion on his nose as hard as she could, crying out, "Don't you dare bite, Toto! You ought to be ashamed of yourself, a big beast like you, to bite a poor little dog." "I didn't bite him," said the lion, rubbing his nose. "You tried to," she retorted. "You're a big coward." "I know," said the lion, wiping a tear from his eye with the tip of his tail. "It is my great sorrow. Danger makes my heart pound. Perhaps if I had no heart, I should not be such a coward." "Have you any brains?" asked the Scarecrow. "I suppose so. I've never looked to see," replied the lion. "I'm going to the Great Oz to ask him to give me some," said the Scarecrow, "for my head is stuffed with straw." "And I'm going to ask for a heart," said the Woodman. "And I'm going to ask him to send Toto and me back to Kansas," added Dorothy. Do you think Oz could give me courage?" asked the lion. "Just as easily as he could give me brains," said the Scarecrow. "Or give me a heart," said the Tin Woodman. "Or send me back to Kansas," said Dorothy. "Then, if you don't mind, I'll join you," said the Cowardly Lion. "You'll be very welcome," answered Dorothy. So they set off. Soon they saw a great ditch dividing the road. They crept up to the edge to look over. It was very deep, with many big, jagged rocks at the bottom, and both sides were too steep to climb down. "What shall we do?" asked Dorothy. "I think I could jump over it," said the lion. "Good," said the Scarecrow. "You can carry us over on your back, one at a time." The Scarecrow went first. Dorothy went next, with Toto in her arms. She climbed on the lion's back, holding tightly to his mane. The next moment, she felt as if she were flying through the air. And then, before she had time to think about it, she was safe on the far side. Then the lion went back and got the woodsman. They walked along in the sunshine amid the great clusters of scarlet poppies, which soon covered the yellow brick road. Now, the odor of many poppies together is so powerful that anyone who breathes it falls asleep, and if not taken away from there, will sleep on forever. Soon Dorothy felt she must sit down to rest and sleep. But they would not let her do this, and kept on going until Dorothy's eyes closed and she fell among the poppies, fast asleep with Toto beside her. The Scarecrow and the Woodman, not being made of flesh, weren't troubled by the flower's scent. The Scarecrow told the lion, "Run fast and get out of this deadly flower bed quickly. We'll bring Dorothy with us. But if you should fall asleep, you are too big to be carried." So the lion bounded forward as fast as he could. The Scarecrow and the Woodman picked up Toto and Dorothy and carried them through the great carpet of deadly flowers. They came at last upon their friend the lion, lying fast asleep among the poppies. Uh-oh, they can't carry the lion. I love this page. Love that picture. The flowers had been too strong for the huge beast, and he had given up at last and fallen only a short distance from the end of the poppy bed, where the grass spread in green fields before them. "We can do nothing for him," said the Woodman, sadly, "for he is much too heavy to lift. We must leave him here to sleep on forever, and perhaps he will dream that he has found courage at last." "I'm sorry," said the Scarecrow. "The lion was a good comrade for one so cowardly, but let's go on. They carried the sleeping girl to a pretty spot beside the river, far enough from the poppy field to prevent her breathing any more of the poison from the flowers. Here they laid her gently on the soft grass and waited for the fresh breeze to awaken her. As they stood beside the girl, the woodman heard a low growl and saw a wildcat running after a little field mouse. The woodman raised his axe and cut the cat's head off. The mouse stopped and squeaked, "Oh, thank you ever so much for saving my life. I am the queen of all the field mice." And many more field mice ran up, exclaiming that they were glad to find her alive. And they bowed deeply. "This funny Tin Man," she said, "saved my life. So, hereafter you'll obey his every wish. Is there anything you'd like from us now?" "Oh, yes," said the Scarecrow. "Please save our friend the lion who's asleep in the poppy bed." "A lion?" cried the little queen. "Why, he would eat us all up." "Oh, no, this lion is a coward. He says so himself," answered the Scarecrow. "Please send for all of your subjects to come at once, and let each one bring a piece of string." Then the Scarecrow instructed the woodman to chop up some trees to make a cart that would carry the lion. The mice came from all directions, and Dorothy was greatly astonished to wake and find herself surrounded by thousands of little mice looking at her timidly. But the Scarecrow explained everything, and turning to the dignified little mouse, he said, "Permit me to introduce you to Her Majesty the Queen." Dorothy nodded gravely, and the Queen made a curtsy, after which she became quite friendly with the little girl. Then the Scarecrow and the woodman harnessed the mice to the cart using the strings they'd brought. When all the mice had been harnessed, they were able to pull it quite easily to the place where the lion lay asleep. After much hard work, the two managed to get the lion up on the cart. At first, the little field mice, many though they were, could hardly stir the heavily loaded cart. But with the woodman and the Scarecrow pushing and the mice pulling, soon they rolled the lion out of the poppies to a place where he could breathe fresh air again. The Queen Mouse said, "If you ever need us again, call out to us in the field, and we shall hear you and come to your aid. Goodbye." "Thank you so much, and goodbye," the friends answered, and away the Queen ran, while Dorothy held Toto tightly, lest he should run after her and frighten her. Then they sat down beside the cowardly lion until he should awaken. So hopefully he is out of the poppies enough and wakes up. We'll find out tomorrow.